Hello everyone and welcome to another Transformers third, fourth, fifth party review. This is the latest offering from the recently rebranded Wei Jiang, now going by the name of WJ Toys, or just WJ. This is their Commander Thunder Leader since 2007, so this is their take on the MPM 2007 Optimus Prime. This is aimed at ages 15 plus. Comes in this lovely crimson box. We've got warnings on the back there in various different languages, and we've got some more warnings on the top there. Metamorphosis of mecha vehicle. With the front of the box off, we have a very nice foiled image there of Prime, and then Prime comes packaged very securely in this two-tier plastic clamshell with the plastic ties going all the way through, holding both pieces together. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. He is a gorgeous looking rendition. Not perfect by any means. I haven't altered him or anything at the moment. This is just how he came straight out of the packaging. We get two of these blades, very flat energon blades, which can tuck in to the sides of his arms. We get two of these transforming blasters down to a really nice standard, and we actually get a left and a right as well. There's nothing I despise more than the guns being uneven. Yeah, these kind of remind me very much of what we got from UFO. Done the guns originally, I don't know, but they transformed up, but they look pretty decent. We get a matrix done in this really shiny metallic, and we get an alternative kind of battle damaged head with some eyes we can slide in as well. And here we are just taking a closer look. Not a fan of how this kind of chest piece sits in here. It possibly could sit a bit further back, but nothing really in the instructions to tell you how it's meant to go. You'll see the Takara version does sit quite nicely at the back there. From what I can gather though, this is just designed to slide backwards into that void and sit on that chest piece, and the lights are just designed to kind of stay up on the front. The back really does tidy up nicely though. These tab in at the top here, holding everything into place, and I adore those chrome gas tanks. Got some battle damage or lack of paint on his legs there. That's kind of mirrored throughout. Some parts have paint, some parts do not. Pretty much the bits that we get to see in truck mode have got paint on them. I've got some splats down his knees. And the parts that we get to see just in bot mode, they're the bits that are weathered and damaged. As far as the tyres go, these are the split transforming tyres, and they feel kind of like a rubbery plastic compound still, which is very interesting, because with that transformation process in amongst those, I really would not have expected those to have any rubber in them whatsoever. These are kind of the split tyre versions, and turn into double tyres like that. Here we have him on the rotating display base compared to the Black Mamba version. This guy's actually kind of stopping the display base from turning. He's actually heavier than Black Mamba, which was I was not expecting, because he is a little bit shorter, but the detailing on this guy is absolutely insane. It's been done to a remarkably high standard. Still not a huge fan of that chest area. Something just off about it, but I love the additional hinges. There's a lot of thought gone into this figure. Is it too little too late? I don't know. I like what they've done. I like the added accessories. Just Black Mamba have now what they are now, the fourth release of this Prime, with different colours and variations. Other than the height, what do you think? Is this huge kind of backpack mod And the slim down arms, the slim down shoulders, even the feet, it's all kind of chopped and changed. Do we think these added details are worth the wait and are worth that slightly extra cost? I think this is probably the most definitive version of the mold that we've had, and personally I think it's ruddy glorious. For a straight up size comparison, here he is alongside the legendary Toys version of Prime and of course the Black Mamba Prime. A few additional scale comparisons there. Here he is alongside the MPM Megatron. That, in my opinion, is a really good scale. They look nice together, albeit I think Prime's meant to be 28 or 29 feet, and this Megatron's meant to be 32 or 33. So that being said, maybe that Black Mamba Megatron sneaking in at the back there may scale slightly better. And here we have him with Black Mamba Brawl and Dream Factory Bone Crusher. Again, he's probably slightly too big for these. I think he scales with the larger oversized MPMs as opposed to the ones that, in my opinion, like the Black Mamba and Dream Factory, are designed to scale with the original MPMs. And because he's one of my favorites at the moment, here he is alongside the Black Mamba oversized version of Ironhide. I just think these two actually look pretty darn good together. Right, let's take a look at that face sculpt. That's pretty decent, isn't it? The head is actually remarkably tight as well. Very difficult to chop and change. Now we can bring this up all the way, and we can rotate this around and then bring that back down. And there's the regular face mask, which is my preferred preference. And of course there is a screw on the inside there. Once we bring that up, if you look, there's a screw just there. We can unscrew that screw and put the new faceplate in if you want that added battle damage, but personally I'm not going to mess around with it. I really like how he looks. Gorgeous looking figure. Let's bring in these arms. We unlatch this section here. This is then going to fold down, and we've got these tabs just here. We can pop this on like so. That's then going to fold up. That's then going to fold up again on that double hinge, and that comes over, and look, that is really nicely stored there. No hindrance on these wrists at all there, so you don't have to bend that wrist in. I love how that looks. Let's just open that up again, and you probably don't have to open this all the way. I just find it a lot easier when doing it like that. There we go, and let's try placing one of these really nice rifles in his hands. Guns have a single tab on each side, so you know which one goes where. And that's going to rotate. There we go. And then close the hand off and the thumb. And there we go. There he has one amazing gun. That looks absolutely outstanding, doesn't it? Now we can still get access to his chest if you want to put the matrix in there. This whole piece here is designed to untap like so, although it does kind of hold all of this chest area in. And then we can just bring this panel down. Right, that is incredibly stiff, that piece. That's the front housing for the matrix. We still have these two tabs here that push and locate into position like so, but I can't get over how stiff that is. There we go. Pop that back in like so. Bring that waist down, and then this is going to come back, and that's going to push and tab in to the chest, and then we can slide these chest panels back into that groove again over this side groove. Windows up and windows up. There we go. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, really happy with how this has come out though. They've done an outstanding job. It's the first time you're looking at this mold. The articulation is as follows. The head does rotate left and right. We can go up that far and we can look down that far. Shoulders, friction joint out to the side. Lovely smooth ratchet around there. We've got this rocking hinge here to avoid any hindrance. Nice bicep rotation, gorgeous paint applications, and a double jointed elbow there. Wrists rotate as well as pivot inwards. And we've got those articulated fingers, really nicely done, although they do not spread. The waist can rotate, as well as having an additional point of articulation there, a really lovely abdominal crunch. Legs, nice soft ratchet forwards, backwards, out to the side, hindrance on these wheels. There is a double jointed bend on those knees. Just untab this knee pad to get full range. And coming down to the feet, we can go up and down. We can go pivoting left and right, but no left and right turn. That's all in the upper thigh. So yeah, I know it's not perfect, but that's a fairly decent superhero landing. And with that great balance of die cast in the feet, a lot of kind of mass shifting over there. He's a pretty darn well balanced figure. Now, as lovely as this bad boy looks, let's let's try and get him transformed up. I know the designer BlackApple made a 120-minute long video about his transformation, etc. So let's see if we can compress it down a little bit less than that. Right, now to get him transformed up, let's start with these hands. Let's compress the fingers in as far as they'll go. Shovel those up and just bring this section down so they should sit nicely like that. Come around to his guns, and there's a few kind of retaining tabs along on these guns. So let's start unfolding them. Just going to just untab there as well. This then extends backwards, unfolded. There's a lot of complex things going on here, isn't there? Probably unnecessarily so. This part here will rotate around so that the hinge can bend down. So this part can just compress on the inside like so. This is going to come around to the front, and that's going to slot in. Right, now making sure that this hole here, this one here, is kind of in line with this tip piece. This is going to fold around. This is here's going to fold here, like so. This one's going to fold back. You've got this rotating hinge here. That rotates inwards, like so. And that's going to allow this piece here to come in. And that's going to push and tab like so. This sits on top like this, and then this is going to come around. This slides around like so, and that pushes into this tab here. So that's pretty nicely squared off, and then we can just bring this piece up here as well. That was quite complex. Now we tackled those guns. Let's go back to prime. You want to untab this section here. This is going to fold out and down, and you've got this piece at the underside of the arm. There's actually a small tab here which can allow this to slide down like so. When you want to slide it back up though, I mean, it locks into place by using this tab here. Like so. But yeah, it slides all the way down like so. Do that with both arms, and making sure the hands are flat. This will slide in and now sit across the top of the hands like so. I think that's a much better way of tidying up those hands so much easier. Around to the shoulders, this section here is going to come down, and that's going to rotate around to the front, and with this section bent down, that now allows this to link in and come up and over to the top like so, kind of really tidying up those side panels. Untab these top panels like so. That's going to allow movement on these sections, going to bring these gas tanks down on either side, and we're going to untab these wheel arch sections as well, just moving those out of the way for now. And holding on to this tab piece here, we're going to disengage both of these shoulders. So again, disengage the shoulder, fold these strut sections in, and then this is going to come up on either side. And then we're going to go similar here to what we do with the MP04. We want to open up these windows. We want to unhinge these sections here. These are going to come up and come up. And you've got all of these added sections on the underside here. These are going to come up as well. Again, they are on a double hinge, and their job is to kind of fill out that bonnet section. So these are then going to slide in to one another all the way into the center. You've got all of this added section on the front here now as well. This is all new. We didn't have any of this with the original Prime. This was all kind of part and parcel. We can then push, flip and fold these windows up, making sure that they line up and tab in correctly, and then these panels are going to fold down onto the underside. Make sure these faux front panels, I just pushed this front piece here, is then going to rock backwards, and both pieces are going to push and tab firmly into this roof panel, and then this is going to want to come forwards. Look at that, it's all coming together nicely. This is already feeling like a vast improvement over the original version, because this piece here is actually remarkably solid, albeit these little tabs here want to keep popping out, but once everything's tabbed in together, it is structurally sound. This is where we get all of the fun panel folding sections. So we undo this piece here, both the matrix chamber and its back panel is going to rock down like so, and then this piece here should, he says, come up and move forwards. This is going to come all the way under. This piece kicks up. I don't think I had these panels out in his bot mode, but they should be facing inwards anyway. Making sure this matrix chamber is about level with these. We need to bring in the arms and bring in the arms again, making sure that they are perfectly straight. These are going to come in, and there is a tab on that front panel piece like so, and same again on the underside, pushing and tabbing these in nicely. Then bring over the Prime head. That's going to tuck in there nicely, and if you look, these are just going to slide down into these voids. Make sure these gas tanks are out of the way. There we go. Making sure everything is tabbed in firmly. There's a few little panels that we need to line up, but other than that, I mean, it is pretty straightforward, and these do hold together remarkably well. So there's one at the side here, and then we have one underneath like so. And then we can bring this back in. And that's going to push. And tab. Let's tackle this section here. This comes untabbed. This is going to come down. This will come down like so, and this piece here actually pulls and extends, although I don't know how far you're meant to pull it. There we go. This here is on a slider, so you can slide it all the way over. This tab opens, and that's going to pull all the way around like so, and push and slide and tab in. This is then going to come up and around, and this back panel piece, this comes up, and that's going to come all the way around. There's this panel here, this just flicks up like that. This then folds over, and this is going to push and tab in to the back of this piece. Coming down to these legs, you want to just give them a little twist, and look at that, that's amazing. Those wheels just pop out, give that a little twist. And there we go, now we've got a double set of tyres. This is spring loaded. These are going to come all the way out. Legs are going to compress upwards like this, and they're much the same as we did with the previous versions of Prime. These panels are going to open up, and we are going to use all of this front grille piece. We've got these additional grille bars there. This comes down, this unfolds. No longer got that annoying little piece that you always had to get out. Wheels, untab, come back up, tab back in, and then we have the tab just on that knee. That's going to push in nicely, and again there's a tab just here, and on the front there. So that is really nice and secure. Let's do that for both legs. And with these legs transformed, you can bring this panel here upwards like so. Again, that's a new piece. This one goes upwards like this, and then we have two holes that we're going to line up. And they are going to push together firmly, and as well as those pushing together, we can then push our grill piece in as well. So now that that's all together, that's all in nice and firmly, we can bring the crotch plate over. Panel piece on the back flips up, rotates around, and comes back down. That's going to form the rear end of the bed. There's a crotch panel piece which comes away from here. These are going to come up, and that allows this to come all the way down. And then this panel here rocks down. And if you look, we've got this tab here and this tab here. That's going to line up with these slots on the underside here. So we just need to make sure that these gas tanks are twisted out of the way, and bringing this over. These should push and tab securely in like so, holding all of that section in. Bring these pieces up and over like so, which locks this piece into here, and then you want to just push and tab all of this bonnet piece in, making sure everything is lining up. As it should be. And then finally, with this panel down, this is going to come in, sits on the inside, and making sure that this section here is slid back. That now allows these two panels to join. You can push and tab those in securely, and this piece here is going to tab into these tabs here like so, and that's going to go into this groove. And then we've got the back section of those gas tanks, which will peg in firmly to this tank. And then we can open up this, this and this. This is going to down. This is going to tab in here. Come around like so. And just push and lock into position. Once we've done that with both sides, we can then lift this panel up and push and tab that piece back in. And then it's just a matter of doing these wheel guards, which are going to separate like so, rotate back, rotate this section over so it all tabs in, and then this is going to rock down and down. There's a retaining tab just on the top there, like so. And oh my goodness me, doesn't he look fabulous? Look at all of that gorgeous chrome on there. There's some real heft to this guy. You do have to kind of get these wheels to lock into the right position to get them together. They don't roll overly well. The front wheel rolls perfectly, but these are quite tight. Not really sure how I can get away from that level of tightness on those wheels, but love the chrome on this. Haven't quite popped that bumper section in. They got these great sections on the front here. Look at all that. It looks like a cross between kind of Cubex and UFO and all of those amazing accessories we got for the Leader Class Prime. Now we have a very kind of sturdy, solid rendition. And my goodness me, doesn't that look fabulous? Bringing in the Black Mamba version, there's really not a great deal in it. Size-wise, yes, the Black Mamba is probably an inch longer. But look at all of this added detailing that we get with the Wei Jiang. Everything's kind of stepped up a notch, and it really works. Of course, you've got the trailer hitch here for the MPP10, not the MP10. It's just far too small a gap, but both are really gorgeous looking figures, but Black Mamba has just slightly outdone this time. I think Wei Jiang have kind of outdone themselves. Love those modifications like with the double wheels on the back, those really long smokestacks and those big shiny chrome gas tanks. It makes all of the difference. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I've included a link where this can be purchased over at TF Direct. Out of the two, if I was to purchase just one, I think I would go Wei Jiang. The transformation isn't exactly enjoyable, but at the same time, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Everything starts to kind of find its place, and I absolutely adore it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And until next time, for myself and the Wei Jiang / BlackApple Commander Thunder Leader, goodbye.